Alright, so I'm back out here. Figure I'd do another video. It's Christmas Eve. I'm out here. I started on this earlier. Started building this panel. I'm gonna build a couple of these. This is gonna be the panel that I'm gonna have on deck for purchase. I'm gonna do it two ways. I'm gonna offer it with a 10-foot wire harness and a switch panel. Actually, I have a switch panel right here. So I know, like, switch panels, to me, it's like, you know, I guess if you're building a car, you can put a switch panel wherever you want it. These, they don't have like a start button or whatever. I mean, they're pretty nice switches. They're all wired up. I will connect it to the wire harness and you know, all the proper switches. So the panel will have 8 relays. I'll wire all 8 relays to each one of these switches, so you can run whatever you want. You can run your lights, you know, headlights off of it. You can run running lights, headlights, running lights, fuel pump, water pump, interior lights you can put on there, fans, you know, whatever you need on a switch. You can put these in side by side. You can put these, you know, on a golf cart if you, I guess, wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Mainly, you know, my intent was building like race car stuff, but I get a lot of questions about other things. People ask me about wiring their cars and all that kind of stuff, and it's like, well, you gotta ask them, where are you at with the project? What do you got and everything like that? And a lot of people just ain't ready and stuff like that. I had a guy want me to wire up a light bar and some ditch lights and backup camera or whatever like that. And, you know, I kind of want to do hot rods and race cars and stuff, but I guess, you know, right now, since I'm starting out, I should probably just take what I get, you know what I mean? And you know, that way I can start getting some referrals and stuff like that. So, you know, I basically told them, mount all the stuff, bring it to me, I'll wire it. And I gave them a price, and then I thought about it, and maybe I should have offered them a price to install all the stuff. I know some people aren't doers, you know, and maybe he wants all this stuff and he just has no clue how to do it and is looking for somebody to do it for him. Stuff like that. But here's the panel. All my real intent was to do was gonna be just to build these and sell them, you know. So what I'm gonna do now is try to get this camera to position down here onto this panel, and I'll try to do like a step-by-step. I don't want to do like a 2-hour-long video. So we'll get that going. This is gonna be this one will actually be, I think, a 30 amp panel. So I'm gonna stop this and I'll get the camera situated and I'll restart it and show you where I go from here. I've already got all this stuff mounted on there. The boards, the bus bars, I got the power, the negative, the fuse panel, it's all mounted on. I just screw it in. I'll grind all these screws off. I still gotta grind all the screws off of my panel. You know, that's how it goes. Your stuff's always last. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this camera positioned and we'll start back. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove, or attempt, I should say, to remove these because they don't go with what I want to do. So that'll be one. It's gonna be the white So I only got to take the blue out of that. Your red is power, your black is ground. You can wire this to trigger grounds too. So I'm gonna pop all these out. Sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're not. So pretty much what I'm gonna do here with all these. Creates extra work, but to me, it makes more sense to have everything color coordinated. To me, it just looks cleaner and better. It's a little bit of extra work, a little more attention to detail. The time that I spend building my panels. All I'm doing is using a paper clip with a little kick on it. Let's see if you can see that. And it just basically goes right in here and boom. And then normally they come right out. Sometimes they're feisty. But the thing too, once you take all these out, you get to rebuild the plug. You know, so it's more money, more time consuming, but I know what panels go for. A panel like this, an ABS plastic, and you know, just wired up relays. Just for the panel, and probably run you $275 or something like that. I'm still on the fence how I'm gonna price mine. Not exactly sure yet. Once I get it done, I'll look at it and I'll see what I think, you know. Maybe I'll price it in the range of the others. I might charge a couple bucks more because the carbon fiber and the time and wiring of doing these. So now that them are done, I'm gonna basically, it's kind of rough because you kind of got to connect your relays together. You can't really do them individually. So you gotta actually, they're hard to get together and they're hard to get apart for some reason. So once you lock them in, I mean, they're pretty much locked in. So we know that's gonna be the front one, that white one there. And then just lock them all together. You gotta fight it when you try to build the wiring, which kind of sucks, but you have to have a couple relays on here to get your stuff where you want it. I'll do the reds first. Usually, just kind of do it like that. Why does it look so off to the panel? What the heck? You gotta make sure these are all the way in. Okay. One of that one's pushed think we got her. Leave a little bit there. I'll line them up like so. And that's where them are gonna go. Alright, so I'm just gonna mark where that relay is gonna go. Like that. And I'll mark where that relay is gonna go. Zip screw here. Just a self tapper. That's where that one will go. And then that's where that one will go. Now that I got all them on there, what I'm gonna do is cut all these red ones to length. And we'll get all these red ones right where we want them. Usually just let them go right where they need to go. Actually, I'm gonna do it like that. No, that one's gonna go there, and I think that one is gonna go there. There and that one, so we don't confuse it. Two go down there. So we'll just cut that one first, like this. There. Cut that one will go right there. Where'd that go? And then we'll cut that one right there. Okay. That one will go right there. Okay. And then that's basically that. So I'll get all 8 relays on here and get the reds wired up to here. I just want to show what the panel looks like once you peel the plastic off. I almost built it and forgot, so that's what the film on. That's what the film off. I almost threw it together. So basically, I like to throw it together before I peel it. one extra step. You gotta take everything back off, but it's all good. Yeah, I don't mind. So just put these components back on there. No big deal. All my panels are gonna be built by hand. And they're nice. I mean, they're definitely nice. Like I said before, the carbon fibers are real nice touch on it versus like the ABS plastic or aluminum or whatever you might do like that. Looks pretty good though. Get this back on. I just wanted to get a quick clip of the carbon fiber. But I'll screw these components back on. I got one side of the reds wired up before I realized that, yo, I gotta take the plastic off, so. Put these back up. And I'll get these back in their place. That shouldn't be too far off. Let's put them in with some self-tappers. Try to line them up. That way everything lines up, everything's nice. I got the red ones hooked up so far. Look at that. I'll probably go ahead and get the other side on, and then all right, so I got all the powers wired up. I got all the grounds stripped. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna route all these grounds up here to the ground bar, and that's where we're at. We got these ring terminals. That's what we're using. I like the rings because on like a, you know, like a 2-prong that slides under the screw, it can pull out. If you pull the screw out and you put a ring on it, you put the screw in, it's not gonna come out. So we're gonna get these grounds wired up and we'll be back. And that's that. That's the positive and ground side done. Upside down obviously, but so we got all that done, and then now what we gotta do now is I gotta pick some colors. I'm doing 8, so red and black. Red and black's gonna go on one of these sides over here, and that's gonna power my switch panel. So I'm gonna run a red from here to here. I don't know if it's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll put them in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll do red and black in the center. Or I'll do red and black outside here. Yeah, and then I can just go there. So we gotta get 4 wires past here. And I want them to all sit nice, so that one will probably lay like that. This will be the ground side, so I'll just go right from here right to there and give that bad boy a ground. And then this side I'll go right from this power and shoot it right in here. And then that way you know red, and then power, power ground. So I'm getting tired, sorry. I'm gonna pick some colors, and then I gotta build some wires to go in my relays, and I'll be back. Alright, we got the whole one side done. So we got 4 done. And we got this ground ran right here. That's gonna go here, and this is gonna go out to my switch panel, so that'll be the ground for the switch panel, for the switches. Because they got lights, light up switches, so they'll have a ground, and they'll have a power, and I don't know, maybe you might want to come off a switch and run something direct. It'll have some power to it. I don't know what size fuse I'm gonna put on the switch panel. I'll have to see what the switches are rated for. And I'll put the proper fuse in there. Yeah, so I mean, this is where we're at so far. It's got this cover. Then you got this cover. And then it's got these 2 covers. So it looks pretty good. I like it. It's definitely wired pretty nice. Come out good. I like it. I got all the colors color coded. So whatever switch. So I'll put the switches in order too. Probably from, I don't know, maybe left to right, like if you're looking at the panel from my view. So the first switch will be this one, white, then green, then purple, then pink, and whatever. I don't have no set colors. I'm just kind of grabbing them out of the box, whatever color I grab next. Yeah, so we're gonna get this side wired up. Hopefully I'll get this thing done tonight. Not sure what time it is. It's Christmas Eve, so I gotta handle that business tonight. Try to get me some good sleep tomorrow. We did all the family today, so we just gotta go to the in-laws house tomorrow for a little bit. Yeah, so I'll get this other side wired, and maybe I'll get the panel done today. She don't look bad, huh? So you got this one here. Is gonna come from here, because this is where your main power comes into this lug. This is where you ground the panel. You go directly to the battery if you want, or a battery lug to here, which is probably what I'll do on mine, and then give it power. I don't have the power wires on here yet, but I will. So let's say this had power and ground from these, and then so coming out of here, because this has power and ground now, comes to here to power to this one. That one's gonna go out through a bundle of wire and then go up to the switch panel. They'll all be color coordinated like this, and this will be your ground for your switch panel. See, it comes off of here, and then your positive comes off of here, so that's for your switch panel. And all these go to your switch panel, so everything you're switching go there, and then it'll come out to whatever you're switching. Say you switch your, I don't know, headlights to white right here, the white wire, and that's your number 1 switch on your switch. It's gonna, your headlight positive should hook up here, and then go to your, you know, first headlight, then your second headlight, boom, and you just turn your first switch on, boom, and your headlights will come on. Same with running lights or anything like that. You could probably wire your ignition up Depends on if you got like a main power, like a race car. You shut your main power off, it kills power to this. So, I mean, you know, you could always run your ignition off if you got a main power. You can do it however you want to do it, really. I don't really remember how my car was hooked up. I don't remember how my car was hooked up. I just went in there and tore all the wiring out of it because I knew I was rewiring it. So I got the panel for my car all built. It's just a matter in between these cars we got in the garage. We're trying to get that rocking with these cars. And we got a little bit of time on the Mustang. Like I said, I'm still waiting on that kit. I told him no hurry, so I'm not pressing him about it. I'm not worried about it. I still gotta wire the car. I kind of need a front end kit so I can get my radiator in, get my fans in, and get all that in so I can do all that. Of course, I'm gonna want to paint the front end kit and all that. But yeah, we'll probably be sliding the Mustang over here and dig back into the wiring on it. I need to figure out how do I want to mount that panel and you know, get all that stuff going on. I'm gonna buy a new nitrous kit, so I'll need to have that before I can really do a final wiring. And I want to have all the electrical stuff that's going in the car when I wire it, because I want it to be tip top when I wire it. So because I really want to start wiring stuff, so I use my car as an example for that. I got a couple people lined up that want some wiring done on like a rat rod after the holidays. That'll be a cool deal. It's just a rat rod, but I'll do some A1 wiring on it, you know. I like doing stuff like that. And then had a guy hit me up about a T-bucket. That'd be easy as pie. You know what I mean? And what's easier than working on a T-bucket? But yeah, I mean, I was just on here. Still gotta grind all the screws down off the back. I might start using rib nuts on it. I don't know. But for me, you know, I like it like this. Just a little extra work to have to grind this out, but if I had to put a rib nut in there, and then if you put the rib nut in and something's off center, you don't get it looking as nice, you know? I think that looks pretty superb. I'll wipe my handprints off that panel. Yeah, so, I mean, a panel like this with no switches, I mean, I would probably do, I don't know, maybe, I want to say 300. $300 on this panel, I think, with shipping, without switches. What you see is what you get, basically, right here. So, yeah, I think $300 on this one. I can't really, it's a lot of work changing all the wires to make it so neat. Adding the positive and negative lugs on there. Yeah. Oh. You know, if you're local and you can pick up, I'll probably do $275 on it. They might go for $275. I'm gonna see how well they do. You know, might not be able to sell one, you know, but I think so. I think a lot of the companies I see that make these are backed up. You know what I mean? And while this is just a standard panel, I mean, there's really nothing special about this. I believe this will run your whole car, whatever you got. But yeah, and I got one on deck, 275 without switches. I'm gonna put a wire harness on this here, and then we're gonna do it as a bundle with the switches. 325 shipped to your door with the panel, 8 switches, and 10 feet of wire to each switch, all color coded. So get at me, comment on this video. You can look me up on Facebook. I got I don't know what my TikTok is. Timothy Lambro on Facebook. It's the one with the Harley profile picture. Go ahead and PM me that. Make sure you say, you know, YouTube electrical panel or whatever, you know. Make sure you let me know, because I don't want to block somebody or something like that, you know. But yeah, that's it for the day. I'm gonna get this panel done. Maybe I'll stop this and get that wiring. Yeah, that's what I'll do, and I'll get it cleaned up and do a final video on it, what it looks like and what you get for 325. And alrighty, we'll be back with it. Alright, so this is gonna be the harness for the switches. This 10 wires here, 10 feet, 10 wires. Got 8 for the switches, you got 1 for the power and the ground. I'm gonna put this in a nice sleeve. I'm gonna get it wired up. I don't know if I'm gonna wire it. Let me sit down here. I don't know if I'm gonna wire it to the switches. Let me put that on. I don't know if I'm gonna wire it to the switches. Because how do you know? Do you want it to come out center? Do you want it to come out over here? Do you want it to come out over here? I mean, you know, I guess the way the switches are wired, they come over here. So I guess it'll just come in over here to your switches. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so that'll be that, and I'll get jumped back on here when I get it all in the case and hooked up or whatever I do. Alright, there's the panel. There's the switches, all color coordinated. Got them in the sheathing. There's a shrink right there. Got them in the sheathing. This side will be for the switch panel. I don't know. I guess I'll wire up the switch panel side, and then somebody can just wire that one up, I guess. Or I can wire them both up, and then somebody can take it apart or whatever they need to do. That's that. The switches light up. They're blue. Nice piece. 325 shipped. Like and subscribe. Thank you.